So amidst the recent targeting of armed guards, we open up the discussion about having protection, training and confidentiality on the job. We invite security consultant, Mr. Robert Finzi-Smith, to help us break this down. Not certain if it's the armed guards they are going after, it's just the money. And it just happened that the armed guards get themselves in the middle of all that. Bobby, good morning. Welcome to Smile, my friend. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning. I don't complain. Everybody has a story.
I would like to start by saying, well, especially this last incident in Portmore, to congratulate the guards, because from what I heard when I saw the video with the heavy weapons that the other guys had, for them to stand up to that, they did well enough, didn't they?
Well enough under the circumstances. There were a couple of flaws in their tactical approach to moving to deliver money, but we will not dwell too deeply on that.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on, Bobby? We had one a week before, they got 10 million, killed a guard, and this one they got 22 million and hurt 4 people, could have hurt so many more. What's going on, my friend? What's going
on? Somebody has identified a soft target, have used the variation from proper discipline and movement to their advantage, and they have seemingly successfully done so.
What do you mean by a soft target?
Sorry, didn't hear you.
I said, what do you mean by a soft target?
They're outgunned. Not only outgunned, they are in a position where they are being used. They can be placed in what we call enfilade. They can be ambushed.
Yeah.
So most people believe that, let us say you go to a plaza and there is a great deal of people around.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to feel safety in numbers. So they say, okay, there's a lot of people around, I'm good. Actually, it's not safety for you, it's camouflage for them. So they now can hide amongst the crowd and pounce when they feel like you're not looking for it, because you feel a sense of comfort in the numbers around you. Same way somebody waiting to attack an armored car can park a vehicle amongst a number of other vehicles that are there and move when they feel that it is opportune.
Wow. When we get here, sir, when we get here. I mean, I've said it so many times, you know me as an old boy, and I remember police officers never had guns and stuff. What go on, Bobby, man? What go
on? I trust that we are both connoisseurs of the same type of music. What's the matter with the world? Has the world gone mad? Nothing's wrong with the world. It's just the people that's in it.
Yeah. So what do you do at a time like this, Bobby? As you said, they've identified a soft target. As a security head or security consultant, at this time, looking at my team, what are some of the things that I would have to say at this point? Well, I have to address this to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
You don't park any armored vehicle, whether it's soft-skinned or otherwise, face in. You never do that. Mm-hmm. You must always have the vehicle faced out, throttling, ready to go if you need to. Mm-hmm. The minute you park faced in, you have come like a ship docked, with the ropes now tied to the dock, and you have to untie the rope before the ship can move. Mm-hmm. And as you noticed in the last instance, they had to reverse over a floor bed and all that.
Right. Bulletproof vests?
Sorry?
Bulletproof vests?
Again, are the bulletproof vests up to standard? Are they at the level 3 and above that would make it worthwhile wearing the vests? Mm-hmm. And then there's some who may have access to the vest but choose for their own reasons not to wear it. Gentleman who met his demise at the Jamaica National location did so because he wasn't wearing a vest initially. The first round hit him somewhere near the chest, I'm told.
Wow.
From what I'm hearing from you, Bobby, some of these folks, maybe all of these folks who are doing what they do, need training.
Or retraining. I won't say they haven't been trained. but need retraining and need that they have inspections to ensure that they are kept on their toes, that the protocols are being followed. There's an old military saying that said people don't do what you expect, but they do what you inspect.
Okay.
Interesting.
What about the times of day in terms of collections and scheduling and so on? Is that something? Yeah.
They haven't hit collections.
Right.
Because I think it's a completely different ball game because people have the money in the bank, bringing the money out.
Right. But should they come at a different? Should they stagger the times that they come to collect? Should they look at the time? Because when we saw a lot of the things on the footage, a lot of people were saying afterwards, I'm not. When I see the truck now, I'm gonna leave the area because a lot of people were there.
Well, let us just deal with the situation that's currently
Right.
which is the ATMs.
Right.
I may have maybe a stupid suggestion, but I would restock ATMs between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. No vehicle that's up to any good should be hanging around an ATM at 2, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Right.
And your bell's supposed to ring immediately as you see that. And you take the appropriate action. But in the daytime, you have a far more difficult task of identifying potential predators.
Too many variables.
Dale, you said it already. You're a security consultant. What's happening now? Does it surprise you?
No.
Why though? Why though, Bobby?
I have seen people delivering cash in a very casual fashion. On a number of occasions when I have been in the vicinity, I have had to pass a word in passing on to them that says, I know that's not how you were trained. Little things that I'm stepping out of the vehicle, supposedly covering the people who are carrying, and then they're on their cell phone. There's supposed to be somebody at a position where you can watch, potential approaches and from a basically defensible position. And they're not taking up these positions, or they're not taking positions that are defensible.
Yeah, well, I'm not a security expert, obviously, but when I happen to see them delivering money or fixing the ATM, I mean, I see guards with, guns already, like, if you look me too tough, something might happen. So, when I see them, it looks like they're ready for anything, but you're suggesting they're not always ready for anything.
Not all teams behave as all teams should.
Okay.
The other problem is a pump action or a semi-automatic shotgun is great. Most people don't really realize how deadly that can be. Which kind of puts paid to the argument. Some people have said, oh, you'll have collateral damage if you give them better weapons or whatever. A shotgun going off in a potential area can, by virtue of its scatter potential, create far more damage as in terms of the periphery. But here's a problem with a shotgun. For it to be really effective, the person has to be within a reasonable distance. And if they get that close to you and they are carrying, say, an AR-15 or an M16 or an AK-47, you're already effectively outgunned.
Yeah.
You need a weapon that allows you to engage them at a distance if you feel that you're threatened.
Yeah.
Give you time to regroup and take cover and get away, then have to wait until they're almost right up next to you to effectively engage them.
Yeah. What concerns me, Bobby, and I'm not a security expert, it's just, a layman's observation, is that whoever is targeting these heists seem to know quite a bit of what you're saying in terms of the range of the guns, in terms of defensively how they approach, in terms of masking themselves in the crowd to cause that kind of confusion. And so it makes me wonder, and of course this is, I mean, you'd just be hazarding a guess, so you don't have to say yes or no, but it makes me wonder, where are these guys getting their training from?
As usual, Delia, you're about to get me into trouble.
As I said, you don't have to answer. If you're going to get in trouble.
You're not going to ask me a question that I ostensibly know the answer to, and I'm going to duck.
Right.
The problem essentially is this. You have former guards, you have former police officers, you have former soldiers who know the tactics. You might have some people within the current administration of the company who are not happy and figure them can start padding their retirement fund from now. So information will go out.
Wow.
My pet peeve recently in the last 3 to 4 years is that we have been training some youngsters in the military and then sending them home.
Final question from me. And obviously you can't think for people, but it seems to me that, I don't want to say it's an inside job, but they knew what time the truck was going to be there. They had cars that they knew they were going to get rid of those cars. And so this was something planned. This wasn't something that man just passed and said, see a truck, let me go try a thing. It's obvious that they knew what was going on. Again, were you investigating? Would you look there?
I would take a long, hard look at the people who have the schedules, the people who, if it were my call, I would say, everybody, line up, and when schedule, you're doing some polygraph for me. Not admissible in court, but enough to let me know who pulse going quicken at certain questions. And there are a number of people in Jamaica who have the equipment and the capability and the training. There's a new technique, well, fairly new, that has been introduced into the business, where they use your eyes to tell them whether or not you're lying. And it's available.
Yeah, we have to go, my friend.
If I were the security companies, I would
invest in it.
People carrying cash like this, I would avail myself of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to see you. We have to go. Stay safe. God bless you and the family. All right?
You too.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Security consultant Robert Finzi-Smith.
Coming up, the Healthy Youth Forum. Please stay with us.